I'm Cape Joel, and you're watching Comic Smack, the weekly comic book show where we take deeper, more in-depth looks at the coolest and most happening comic books of the week. And on today's show, oh boy, do we have a special one for you. Batman, issue number 49. Bruce Wayne is attempting to reclaim his destiny, his mantle as Batman. But will he survive the process? Let's hop on into the first issue and find out for ourselves. So, as the comic opens, Bruce Wayne returns to Wayne Manor, demanding Alfred show him what is behind the clock. It seems even in his amnesiac state, the detective never really went out of Bruce Wayne. He knew that Alfred acted suspicious around the clock when he was telling him his story of his life, something that he almost certainly left out. Alfred begs and pleads with Bruce not to go ahead with this, to try and remain the man that he is now, the man that he always wanted him to be, the boy who never took a step into that horrible alley all those years ago. Bruce, however, says that Mr. Bloom has torn Gordon apart and that Gotham needs him now more than ever. They need their Batman to come and save them, regardless of the cost. Batman is brought before the machine that we glimpsed early on in the arc, the one that carries with it all of his experiences, all of his training, everything that makes Batman Batman. Unfortunately, the machine is not in use right now because Alfred got rid of the memory drives, hoping that that would be the final straw. But wouldn't you know it, once again, the Batman who thinks of everything thought this might happen, and because of it put a fail-safe in place. Backup memory drives that could only be used by the man that Batman trusts more than anyone else, his father figure, the one he truly loved. That person, you guessed it, Alfred. They strap Bruce into the machine that bombards his minds with images, sounds, and experiences. It's all so much, it brings him closer and closer to brain death every time. We also get a crazy, trippy look at an alternate future Gotham, a place wherein Batman was not driven by the trauma of the death of his parents, a place where he is mayor and a corporate superhero all at once. Also, his costume is white and gold, which I just think is pretty freaking cool, honestly. However, when push comes to shove and Alfred is forced to purge the last bits of Bruce Wayne, he can't bring himself to do it. He cannot allow himself to become the Joe Chill in this new rebirth of Batman. However, in the end, he ends up not having to because Jules makes the scene in the Batcave. It would seem she always knew he was Batman, and in a way, this is things coming full circle. Her father sold the gun that killed the Waynes, and now she will have a hand in pushing the button that kills off the last of Bruce Wayne, bringing Batman back to the world. And thus, as the comic ends, the deed is done, and Batman, as we've always known him, returns, saying, "Fill me in the car ride because I got a city to save." Batman number 49 is a comic that took a lot of chances. There was no high-flying action, no supervillains to fight, just people talking, and the overall theme of the horrible sacrifice that Batman needs to make to continue to protect his city. I think it's also a real love letter to Alfred and all the work he does within the Batman mythos, and I think the whole fact of him not being able to press the button at the end doesn't make him weak. If anything, it, really shows why he's the sort of good-hearted person that he is. He's the guy who will always fight for Bruce Wayne, even when Bruce Wayne can't fight for himself. It's also pretty interesting that now Jules knows his identity, or I suppose she always knew his identity. Women in Batman's life usually end up in a couple camps, dead, crazy, or trying to kill him, or a combination of all three. If this was part of a much bigger DC rush job to try and get all their most classic characters back to status quo, it honestly didn't feel like it here in this issue. I will perhaps, cock an eyebrow at the whole, hey, machine that makes you Batman machine. I mean, that's the sort of thing that I probably wouldn't squawk at if it was in a Grant Morrison comic, but Snyder, I don't really know. But at the end of the day, I did think this was a strong comic, and it is nice to have Batman back. I would give this one a 9 out of 10. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll feel like checking out some more videos I have on offer here at Cape Joel.